Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kyrielle. I have finally managed to get my hands on the P.Louise monthly budget box. These are currently being released every month at the beginning of the month. I believe it's for the 1st, and I managed to get my hands on the June box. These typically sell out really quickly, so I'm really glad I got my hands on it. I also heard that this has a new release from Paige, so I'm excited to open this box, see what's inside, and I'm going to be putting it all on my face today. That is why I've come to you naked. I have also got one of her Stack 'em Up palettes. This is the Talk is Cheap palette, and I thought we could try this together as well. Make it just like a P.Louise based video. I'm excited to try her quality and eyeshadows because I've heard really good things. I've got one of her palettes already, which is the Wedding Wish palette, which is the cassette one over there, and it's really good, but that's more of nude colours. This is a colourful palette, so I'm excited to try her colourful formula. And yeah, let's just get right on into the unboxing first of all, and then put the stuff on my face. But before we get into it, if you're brand new to my channel, welcome. If you love makeup, then why not stick around? Hit the red subscribe button and the bell button so you get notified when I upload next. And yeah, if you like these kind of videos, please leave a thumbs up so I know. I don't do a lot of unboxings really on my channel, so it'd be nice to know if you guys actually like them, and I'll definitely do more. But yeah, without further ado, let's try these babies out and see what's inside. Alright, let's open up the bag first. It came in this pretty P.Louise packaging envelope. This is what the box looks like. I do like a lot of P.Louise's packaging. Like her boxes, for example, they're really sturdy cardboard, so they're easy to recycle, but they're also easy to reuse because they don't really get damaged in post, I find, because they're really sturdy. Random thing to comment on, but I just thought I'd mention it. But yeah, it's got the white peach ombre with the gold writing. Really pretty, really chic. And it has a pull tab. Again, the cardboard's really thick, so this is gonna be hard. Oh, I picked the wrong side this way. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Why is life so hard? Jeez Louise. I was not kidding when she has good quality cardboard, okay? Alright, and let's open it. First thing on top, we've got this little card that says Budget Box by P.Louise. I think she has these with like every single collection or every order. I'm not the biggest fan just because it's like extra cardboard that isn't needed. But I know people like to collect these as well because they're kind of like a collection thing. I personally don't have a P.Louise shrine, so I'm not keeping these kind of things. But yeah, you get this. And then underneath that is everything that you get in the box. So by the looks of it, we get 6 items. I'll just pick up this because it's on the top first. So this is a P.Louise brush. It's from the Cancelled collection. This is the 681 brush. It has a little sleeve and it looks like a little powder brush. Wow, that's really soft. This would be good for like bronzer or blusher or even just over the face powdering. It feels really nice quality and it is very soft. I wonder if this is synthetic or not. One sec, I'll check. Okay, the only information that I could find on the website is that the hair material is fiber. So I don't believe these are real hair. I believe it's synthetic. And this is definitely one that I would probably use. Next thing we have is 2 eye bases, which I personally prefer the paints for my eyes, but it looks like these 2 shades could be used for maybe something else. So we have a classic P.Louise base, and this is in the shade Roma 06. Honestly, this looks like it would be a good like contour slash bronzer for me. This would obviously work as an eye base for someone with a lot deeper of a skin tone. But let me just swatch this. I'm just blending out the edges to see the kind of tone that it gives. Maybe with like a light hand I could use that as bronzer, but it is very deep. Or I could just use this as a base for like a really grungy brown smoky eye. For me, that would work quite well. And then you will also get this really pretty orangey shade, which is called Cute in Coral, and I think this would work amazing as a blush. Let me just swatch the color. Wow, this looks beautiful. Yeah, this would definitely work as like a beautiful blush, and it would look great on the eyes as well. I think I may actually use this as blush today. These are new to me. These are the eyebrow paints. I believe these are supposed to work more like a pomade kind of product. I have the shade Hazelnut Latte and Blonde Blend. When you were buying the box, they asked for brow shades, so I'm assuming that's what this was for. The little boxes are really cute, and these look exactly like the cosmetic paints packaging wise. I wonder if these shades are gonna actually work for me. I've never tried any of her brow products before, so I kind of was going in blind. Oh gosh, this looks quite dark. So consistency wise, it looks exactly the same as the paints as well. This is Hazelnut Latte. I'll just swatch it on the back of my hand. Yeah, these are super pigmented. So that is Hazelnut Latte. Maybe it could work for my brows. I tint my eyebrows and they're kind of like in the in-between stage at the moment where they're kind of growing out, so they have blonde patches. When I have freshly dyed brows, this will probably work really well. And then the other one I have is Blonde Blend, so I'll swatch this one too. They do come sealed as well, just to make you aware. I think this is her lighter shade, which I really think she needs a lighter one in this case, because this is also like kind of on the darker side, I feel, and it's very warm toned. The formula feels maybe a little bit different from the cosmetic paint. It feels a lot thicker and drier. They have more of a tacky consistency, and this is a little bit more powdery feeling, which I guess makes sense for the brow area. But this is the shade Blonde Blend. I feel like I'm maybe a mix of these potentially right now, but that's one good thing about these products is you can kind of decant them, especially if you're like a makeup artist. I understand these would be really good for you. You can put them onto like a palette and stuff and just pick them up with a brush, so I could mix and match these, which is great. And then the final product in the box, I believe, is her newest launch, and it's the Oh So Browtiful Hot Shot Brow Balm. A lot of these have recently been released and I'm kind of down for it. I was curious about the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, but I just couldn't fathom £23 for an eyebrow product. I am running low on my Benefit 24-hour brow setter, so I do really need a new brow product and I'm excited to try this one. Packaging, really cute. I like it. Let's see what's inside. Okay, so first thing I see is a tiny little brow spoolie. That is so cute. You also get a little card in here explaining how to use the product, which is greatly appreciated. And then the actual product, oh my gosh, this is so stinking cute. It's like a little pot. Is it sealed? Yes, it's sealed. Just open this up, and then the top, how do you take it off? I don't have nails to do this. Oh, okay. It smells like glue. But the top just pops off and you just push it back in there. This is a little bit annoying for someone who doesn't have nails. I find it difficult, but that's just a me thing. If I'm not mistaken, I believe she's going to be selling refills of this, which is a great idea. That means you don't have to buy the pot again and you can just refill this, and it's a little bit more eco-friendly, you know? The texture of it is like a soft wax that almost kind of melts on your finger. It feels a little bit sticky, but not too much. It's not like the brow gel that I tried by Sample Beauty. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like a little bit more slippy, but it feels like it may set, so that's great. I've seen loads of videos of this being used on her page and I've been super intrigued to try it. I mean, the model's brows always look flawless. And I want brows like that. But yeah, that is everything in the budget box. So I think it's time to try it all on my face. Let's zoom you guys right on in and I'm gonna get started on the brows. Let's get them on fleek. Do people still say that? Am I uncool? I mean, I'm uncool, aren't I? Let's get into it. Alright, so here we are up close and personal to my brows. So I'm first going to try the Brow Balm. I'm going to read the instructions first, even though I'm pretty sure I know how to use it. So it says, simply run your spoolie brush gently over the brow balm, picking up a small amount of product. The brow balm has a soft creamy texture, so a little goes a long way. Then repeatedly comb the balm through the brow hairs in the direction you would like them to go in. We suggest upward strokes for the front of the brow and diagonal motions for the body and tail of the brow. It says the brow balm provides flexibility so that you can perfect your positioning, then using a flat instrument, either the end of a brush or your finger, to roll and smooth down the hairs, adhering them to the skin. The balm will set to a strong hold that provides sweat-proof protection and lasts all day and night, never peeling, flaking or lifting away from the skin. And it's completely colourless, so you can use it on every hair colour and skin tone. Okay, so that is some claims. I'm excited to try this in my brows now. I'm going to be using the spoolie that came with it. Obviously, I am going to just bend it a little bit just because I think it'll be easier for the actual brows and also to get it inside the brow balm. So I'm just putting it like on a diagonal and then just brushing through my brows quickly, just without any product at all, just so they're kind of in shape. Alright, so now I'm just gonna quickly dip in just a little bit. Don't know how much is too much, you know? Just a little bit on that there. Don't know if it's gonna be too much yet, but let's just start brushing this through the brow. Kind of chunked up a little there. Okay. Whoa. Wow, this really is sticking my brow hairs down. Look at that. They are not budging. I feel like I need a little bit more product for the tail of the brow. I'm just gonna dip back in a little bit and let's just run this through the tail. Okay, I'm so shocked. Look at the before and after. My brows look like they've almost been laminated. They are standing to attention, you know? And like, it doesn't feel too heavy. Right now it feels a little bit tacky. I'm just gonna do what they said and kind of like press it into the skin. You can use your finger or you could even use like the end of the spoolie and just push them in. I like to be able to feel it though, so that's why I go in with my finger. And I'm just gonna go in with any places that I want separated a little bit more maybe. Yeah, this has decent play around time, but I can feel it like setting down. I could definitely feel something in my eyebrow, if that makes sense. It's not like air light, but it doesn't feel heavy. I think when it completely sets, I'm not going to be able to feel it anymore, you know? I wasn't expecting to like this that much, I'm not gonna lie, but if the results are like this and they stay like this, I may be converted to this. I'm just gonna do this brow real quick. When you first put it on, it does kind of look like there might be little chunks in it, but they just smooth out really easily. It's just the product kind of latching onto your brows. Like, this is nuts. Look at that. I feel like it had a little bit of a learning curve, but not so much that I feel intimidated to use it again. You know what I mean? Like, it was pretty simple. You just brush it through your brows. But I definitely love the effect this is given. And this side has completely dried down. It's not sticky, it's not tacky, it doesn't feel heavy anymore. It just has like stuck my brows down so well and they're staying in place. It's weird to be excited by a brow product. Also, I have to say the spoolie is really nice quality as well, and it's not too flimsy. The bristles aren't too long, so you can really get in there and push the product through. So yeah, so far I really like this brow balm and I'm definitely gonna use it again. I think it's gonna be a little bit hard to store in my makeup collection. I may just keep this on my little filming desk. But yeah, apart from that, I really like this. The one thing I'm a little bit worried about is if I've got excess around my brow, is it going to affect my foundation? Because I definitely got some of my skin over here, although it doesn't feel tacky or anything. I don't know, maybe it won't. I shall report back. Alright, so now for the eyebrow paints. I think I am actually going to make a mixture of these two. I'll be honest, I'm usually more of a pencil or brow pen kind of a girl, but I'm open to trying other products, you know? So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of each and just mix it on the back of my hand. These are very pigmented, so you do not need a lot. Again, another thing I can see benefiting makeup artists, because these are just gonna last you quite a while. How's that shade looking? Yeah, I think that'll work. I'm taking this on a real precise little angled brush and I'm just gonna start making brow hairs where I kind of need them, where my brow is sparse. And let's see, I'm very particular with my brows, I feel, but also not. Basically, I just want my brows to be easy. So this is a little bit more effort than what I would usually put in, but I don't know, maybe it's gonna change my life. Kind of doing flick up motion similar to what I would do with the brow pen, just because I like my brows to look like a little bit more natural, a little bit on the fluffy side. And I think this is working quite well. I just keep dipping back into the product on the back of my hand. Product is kind of drying up on the back of my hand, so that says that it's gonna set really nicely. I almost wish instead of the base brush that they had supplied like a brow brush. I feel like that would have made more sense. But yeah, that's a before and after without the brow paint. I think it's quite a dramatic difference, but I still think it looks natural. By the way, I forgot to mention the swatches that I had on the back of my hand were really hard to take off, so I feel like this will set down real well. So if you don't have a lot of hair or you just want your brows to last quite a long time, I feel like this is going to be very long wearing. But I'm just going to quickly fill in the other brow. Alright, so both brows are done and I'm pretty impressed. I really quite like this actually, even though it's not my normal kind of quick brow routine and it has taken me a little bit longer. I think it's because I've been learning with the product and also I've just been going into like finer detail, making hair like strokes, which honestly it does kind of look like hair strokes with this product. It doesn't look overly fake. And also look at this, like I'm rubbing quite hard and only the damp product is moving, so this is very much going to stay put on your skin. Like I'm even struggling to get it off with some micellar water. It is coming off, but it's taking some elbow grease, you know. from it being so hard to remove, I'm assuming it's gonna last quite a while. I have to say as well, the brow paint went over perfectly fine over the brow balm. There was no issues. I do feel like the brow balm definitely has that flexibility though, because as I was running the brush through, my brow hairs would almost move but then spring back. Like they're still slightly movable, but they are in place. It's hard to describe. I am gonna now carve out my brow and apply an eye base, and we shall play around with the Stack 'em Up palette because I really want to do a blue eye look today. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, so I went away, primed and did one eye. I'm obsessed with this look. I feel like it's a typical look for me, but just the colors and the tones, I'm in love with this. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I did it. For my actual eye primer, I used the P.Louise original base in the shade 1 to carve out the brow and just all over, and then I went in with the shade 6 that we received in the budget box, and I just added some dimension and shape and kind of blew it out with a fluffy brush. And honestly, you could just like set this with some translucent powder and you'd have a eye look. But yeah, this looks exactly the same as the usual bases, and it was really easy to just add like a sheer wash. But you can definitely build these up for more coverage and color. I don't like to use too much of them though, because I have hooded lids and I find they can crease a little, so I like to put a real sheer wash over just so it kind of evens everything out on my eyelid. If you have oilier eyelids and you want something to like cut the crease and stuff, I definitely recommend the cosmetic paints. They're a lot drier in formula and they set down by themselves pretty much, and they're a great base. Anyway, let's get on to this eyeshadow palette. So this is the inside. When I saw the swatches online, I really wanted to try it because it has some pastel-y kind of colors in here, and also the shimmers look amazing. I don't typically go for blue eyeshadow, but this really drew me in. The first shade I'm going in with is called Talk is Cheap, and I'm gonna base this on the outer corner and start shaping the outer wing kind of shape we've got going on. And I'm just keeping it in the outer third. I'm not extending it too much. I'm just kind of creating like a square and then slightly blending out the outer corner, if that makes sense. Well, I guess it's more of a rectangle. Why I'm trying to compare it to shapes, I don't know. And then once the excess is off the brush, I'm just kind of fanning out the outer edge to my brow to make more of a point. And I'm just going to soften the outer edges as well. Now we've kind of got that wing shape on, I'm going in with the shade Hustle, and I'm going to stamp it over the outer edges and blend these colours together. You know, at first when I thought about trying P.Louise's formula, I generally thought they were going to be like hard to blend and they're going to want to stick to the base because that's her whole shtick, you know? No pun intended, but these really are some of the most blendable eyeshadows I own. Just gonna bring this colour about 3/4 of the way across the lid. Now I've got that down, I'm gonna go in with probably my favourite shadow in the palette, and it's called Payday. Pretty much matches my shirt. You can't really, can you see? See? Kind of matches my shirt. I love it. I would love to just put this like all over the lid, and I probably will do that at some point. But I'm just going to now blend this over the edges as well. Stamp it over. This is more of that pastel shade, but surprisingly it does show up pretty well. But I'm just stamping it to give it the best chance. Now I'm just going to go back in with Hustle and bring it back in because I've stamped that pastel shade and it's so pigmented. It's kind of taking it away a little. Alright, I'm just going to go in with those 3 shades again and just kind of blend them together a little bit more. Blow it out and just make sure it's all blended like this side, and then we'll get onto the lid and everything. Alright, now that's all done, I'm gonna go in with the shade Get Up and Grind, which is the most glorious shimmer. Like, I mean, you can see it on this lid. It is so beautiful. It's really soft, like the imprint on the actual shade has gone since I've used it. I also sprayed it. It's smooth but a little bit on the flaky side because it's quite glittery, so you may get a few glitter particles here and there, but I found spraying it just helps to control it a bit. But I'm just gonna put this all over the lid. Look at that. And I didn't want to cut the crease, I wanted to have this more like of a soft kind of look, so I'm just kind of wiggling it. So pretty. I will say it is a little bit more of a topper, like there isn't loads of pigment to it, but it reflects the light really nicely, and it does have a slight base, so it does work quite well. I feel like it's one of those shades that will change depending what base you have under it, which I love. Now that's on the lid, I'm gonna go in with Hustle and Payday and just make a gradient on top of this to blend it all together. And I'm kind of creating a C shape with these. Because this shimmer is so creamy, the mattes just like latch on, but you can still blend them. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm just gonna blend these two together. And then I'm gonna take the shade Talk Is Cheap and just bring it over slightly so we continue the wing shape. Round it out on the bottom here and blend it in like a liner. Also just gonna round it through the crease as well, just lightly with excess. And that is pretty much it for the eye look. I'm just gonna go ahead, tightline, add some mascara, put on some lashes. These are LOTD by Unicorn Cosmetics. You can use Kyriellelara 15 for money off if you're purchasing from there. I'm also gonna go ahead and do my base and everything, and then we'll finish up the lower lash line together, because I think I want to include some of the other shades as well. Or do I? I don't know, I'll think about it once I've done my base, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, so I decided to try some more of the colours out on the lower lash line. I kept it very simple, but I wanted to try some more of the tealy tones in here. So I'm first going in with the shade Gold Digger right at the lash line, going about 3/4 of the way across. And then I'm taking the shade Money Moves, and I'm just gonna blend this out. Honestly, these are so easy to use, it's ridiculous. Just taking a little bit of the shade Payday, and I'm just gonna blend into this a little bit, just so it's a bit more seamless. I'm gonna re-intensify Gold Digger just a little bit. And then I'm gonna tightline. I'm using this by Maybelline. It's the Colour Show Eye Crayon in 520. And I'm just gonna add some mascara and just fan them towards the outside, because I've got a kind of swooped cat eye effect going on. And that is it for the eyes. I'm obsessed with this again. I'm not a blue eyeshadow person, but this has swept me off my feet, okay? I've still got to powder my base and finisher. We are going to be trying this as blush, but yeah, I'll see you guys in a sec to test this out. Alright, so I've done the majority of my face, but I haven't set it yet, so I'm going to use this as a blush. I'm hoping this is going to look okay. Peach and blue are used a lot in makeup looks, so fingers crossed. Oh my gosh, the shade is like pretty much a neon peach, but I think it'll look pretty with this. I'm gonna use a dual fiber brush for this, just so it's not crazy pigment all at once. Let's put this on. This looks pretty. And yeah, I think it goes. I am just lightly building this up so it's not too crazy. This on deeper skin tones would look insane. I mean, I like it on my skin tone too, but this would pop off on a deeper complexion. Do I look like I could be on the P.Louise page? I feel like I see this a lot. It's blended out really nicely. I've been able to like soften the edges, and yeah, not that I didn't expect it to, because I've used these bases before, well, for a long time now, and I know how they work, and they work really well. It's just blended into the skin seamlessly. I love the shade. I feel like this looks similar to my Makeup Revolution cream blush. It might do. No, okay, this one's a little bit more orange. You can see the difference. They're definitely more of a yellow base. And then this is the super dewy one in Fake the Flush. That one's slightly closer, but less neon and a little bit more muted. Don't ask me why I'm comparing them. I just wanted to see if there's an alternative at a cheaper price. But I really like this color. It's so beautiful. Perfect for summer, you know? I'm just gonna use this brush to powder all over my face. I'm just using the Huda Beauty powder, the Easy Bake one. Just set this all in so it doesn't go nowhere. Yeah, this is a really soft brush. I feel like this would work really well for bronzer and stuff, but I'm testing out the new e.l.f. putty bronzers today, so I just kind of want to leave it at that and not add any more color on top right now. It almost comes to a point, so it has more fluff around the side edges. That means you can pinpoint the product a little bit more and just let the bristles kind of do the work for you. I love the fact the blush is still showing through so much. I find sometimes with cream blushes, once I put powder on, it dulls down a lot, but this is still quite impactful, which is good. I highly recommend using these for blushes because they work real well. Okay. Yeah, this brush is nice. I'll definitely get some use out of it. I do still kind of wish they included a brow brush, because I just think it would have made more sense as a whole inside the box, you know? But this is a budget box and this probably retails for more. I'm gonna go ahead and calculate how much this all actually cost combined, and then we will discuss if it was worth it or not. At this point, I have had this makeup on for a few hours, especially the brows, and they are still feeling real sturdy. So I'm actually in love with this brow gel, I think. But yeah, let's go ahead, zoom you guys out, and discuss my final thoughts on all of this stuff we tried today. See you guys in a sec. Okay, so let's talk about if it's worth getting this box or not. As I said in the beginning, it retails for £30 and I just calculated the total amount from all of the products you receive inside the box and it comes to £76 for this particular box, which I don't know about you, I'd say that's a pretty good deal. You're getting pretty much £40 of product free. I like the fact you got to choose your shades with this box, so it wasn't just random shades thrown in, you know. You get quite a lot in there for a smaller price and it helps out people that maybe want to try stuff from her but are not quite sure what they want and they want things at a lower price point. So in my opinion, obviously it's all relative to you, how much you can afford, what you want to spend even. Personally, I would say it's a decent price for everything you get. The new product, the Brow Balm, by the way, it is available by itself for pre-order currently. It went out of stock instantly as soon as she launched it, I think, so it is highly sought after, but it's £15, which I think is a decent price considering you get the spoolie and the product. Online it didn't show whether she's going to be doing refills or not, but I'm pretty sure I saw in like an image before that refills are going to be possible. I hope that is the case because having to buy that pot over and over again is just a bit of a waste, I feel. But yeah, I liked everything I received in the box. There was no duds. I really liked the brow products. I mean, especially that's what this is based around. Again, my only qualm was the brush. I just think they should have included a different one. Sorry guys, my camera just ran out of battery, so I've lost my train of thought because I had to change it. Even though I was hating on the brush, it is really good quality and really soft. It's just gonna go in my brushes that I'm currently using. I've tried the bases before and I've used the bases as blush before, so I already know how the original ones worked. Surprisingly, I like the brow paints even though they're not my typical go-to kind of product for my brows. They do look slightly warmer than what I would usually go for, but I am a redhead so I can get away with it, you know. I probably should have warmer brows, but I tend to go cooler tone. Don't ask me why. I think it's interesting to have it in this kind of component as well. As I said, it would be great for makeup artists. But yeah, the formula sets down, so I think it's going to be really long wearing, and because they're so pigmented, these little tubes are going to last you forever. I think the star of the show and what I was most excited and impressed by is definitely the Brow Balm. A lot of companies are coming out with these right now. I just bought the Beauty Bay one. I'm just intrigued with the different formulas. I really like the consistency of this one and I love the fact it's just dried down on my brows, but my brows don't feel crusty or stiff. They literally don't feel rigid or anything, but they still feel set in place. I definitely will see myself reaching for this. I know this wasn't part of the box, but I just thought I'd talk about it. The quality of these eyeshadows is so good. Again, I think because of the way the makeup is done with the P.Louise page, you may think of her products as being intimidating, but they're actually just super nice blendable eyeshadows. The mattes are creamy, pigmented, blendable. The shimmers are so metallic and have so much dimension to them. I picked this up originally because I was really considering getting the Worldy palette from her, but I couldn't fathom the price tag. And this to me almost looked like a capsule version of that, so I decided to pick this one up. These are £16 by the way, which again, I don't think is that bad, but the quality on this is really making me want to pick up the Worldy palette. Like, it looks so pretty. But anyway, highly recommend her eyeshadows. I've tried the neutrals and now the colours, and the pigmentation and everything is just flawless. So for someone who doesn't like blue eyeshadow, I'm head over heels for this. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Did you pick up the budget box? Is it something you're looking into, potentially picking up the next one? I'm kind of intrigued now, especially because she's put in new products in it as well. I don't know, I really enjoyed this box and I will highly consider picking up the next one. I hope you like the overall makeup look as well. I have a little blue moment. All the other products listed on my face I will link down below as well for you guys, by the way. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I put a little bit of the Cuting Coral colour on my lips as well, just to bring in the peachy tone. I enjoy that the bases are so multi-use. Go on the lips really well and feel really comfortable as well. So, but yeah, I'm gonna stop blabbing. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, hit the red button down below and the bell button so you get notified when I upload next. And yeah, I hope I see you on the next one. Till then, bye guys.